What's up, everybody? So if you've seen any GTA 6 coverage, you already know the pitch. Vice City is the neon, the supercars, the loudspeakers. And I want to show you why this region might actually out-weird every other part of the map. Grab a square for your bingo card, because we're starting with the name itself. Bingo Square. Rockstar oversells a swamp. Officially, Rockstar doesn't describe this place like filler terrain. Their own regional write-up calls it the untamable jewel of Leonida. That's a wild flex for an area that is, on paper, just wetlands. Geographically, it sits southwest of Vice City, acting like the connective wilderness between the big city and smaller towns like Port Gellhorn and Ambrosia. Here's my honest reaction to that. When a AAA studio calls their swamp a jewel, that's not marketing fluff. That's a studio telling you we've built something here, please don't skip it. So we're not skipping it. Bingo Square. Your Ferrari becomes useless. Drive your Vice City supercar out here, and it's basically dead weight. No pavimento memempa, no traction, no merci. You need airboats or dedicated off-road rigs to function at all. It's a genius pacing trick. Rockstar physically forces you to slow down and switch vehicles, which changes how the whole game feels the second you cross into this region. Think about that for a second. Most open-world games let you just power through any terrain in whatever car you already like. Rockstar's basically saying, no, actually, put the Ferrari away, you're in the swamp now. That's a confidence move. Bingo Square, a government agency named after honey. Rockstar built an entire in-world faction just for this region. Poach, protection of animals, and controlled honey. This is basically Rockstar's parody of real estate wildlife enforcement. And based on the footage, they're not a background joke. They've got squad trucks, tactical airboats, and even air support. They've got in-universe social media too, including a post warning people to watch out for uninvited guests at pool parties, next to an image of a gator getting hauled out of somebody's pool. I need you to sit with that for a second. Rockstar built a fake government Twitter account for an alligator task force. That's the level of detail we're talking about. Mark your card. Comedic tangent. Genuinely funny bit you can riff on. Somewhere at Rockstar, someone's entire job for 6 months was writing tweets for a fictional gator police department. I want to shake that person's hand. But here's the twist. Rockstar's own description says gators are the famous danger. But there are far deadlier predators out there. That's not about animals. That's about people. Which finally brings us to the actual criminals in the swamp. Because yeah, there are criminals in the swamp who have nothing to do with Vice City at all. Bingo Square, a full subculture for swamp. Confirmed vehicle. The 67 Vapid Dominator buggy, an Ultimate Edition ride built specifically for terrain like this. It links to a bonus property called Paradise Garage out in Watson Bay, which comes with a personal weapon locker and a stash spot for fencing stolen goods. Genuinely useful gameplay perks, not just cosmetic. There's also a confirmed off-road specialty shop, One-Eyed Willie's, situated up by Lake Leonida, just north of the Grassrivers, but clearly built to service exactly this kind of terrain. And then there's the cherry on top, the Thrillbilly Mud Club, a faction clearly modeled on real-life Florida mud riding culture. Trucks, ATVs, mud pits, the whole scene. Every other GTA game has had one universal car culture. This might be the first time Rockstar's building a regional subculture that only exists because of where you are on the map. Vice City gets supercars. The Keys get smuggler boats. The Swamp gets mud trucks and a fan club for driving through puddles. I love that for them. Bingo Square. Empty on purpose, and somehow that's the good part. Out of the 6 confirmed regions, Vice City, the Keys, the Grassrivers, Mount Calaga, Port Gellhorn, and Ambrosia, this one is likely to be the least densely populated. And that's deliberate. One shot shows a tiny stilt house town on the water, docks, a couple of shops, with the entire Vice City skyline reduced to a faint smudge on the horizon. That's the whole philosophy. This region isn't trying to compete with the city on density. It's leaning all the way into isolation. This is basically Rockstar borrowing the Red Dead Redemption 2 trick. You see smoke on the horizon or Shaq sitting alone in the middle of nowhere, and your brain immediately goes, wait, what's out there? You don't need a map icon every 10 feet when every single structure earns your curiosity just by existing. That's a completely different design philosophy than Vice City, and it's honestly the more impressive one. And it sets up a genuinely tense dynamic. Armed, self-sufficient swamp locals, heavily armed, completely home out there, on one side, and an aggressive state wildlife task force on the other. You, the player, get dropped right in the middle of a fight that started long before you showed up. That's basically rival gangs from Red Dead or warring agencies from GTA 5. Except this time, one side is issuing hunting citations. So here's the final bingo card. A swamp rockstar calls a jewel, cars that get demoted to junk, a fake government agency for alligators, a hidden second crime economy, an entire mud riding subculture, in a region that's empty on purpose because that's what makes it worth exploring. If you got all 6, congratulations. You already know more about the Grassrivers than most people who will play this game on day one. If this kind of deep dive is your thing, subscribe, because next up we're heading north to Mount Calaga to see what Rockstar built for the mountains. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be any less unhinged than this was. Drop a comment. Would you rather spend your first 10 hours in Vice City or out here getting chased by a fake honey protection SWAT team? I want to know. See you in the next one. Somewhere in GTA 6, there's a region where the local wildlife wants to eat you, the local government wants to arrest you, and the local humans want you to mind your own business. And somehow all 3 of those things happen in the same 5 minutes. Today I'm building a bingo card for every insane detail Rockstar has confirmed about the Grassrivers. And by the end of this video, we are getting a full house. Let's go.